Dr. Hitisha, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. You've really taken out time from your busy practice. My question is, as a gynecologist, as a menopause psychotherapist, is perimenopause a tougher phase than what we acknowledge?
Hello, everybody. Uh, see, we listened about burnout and uh, the basic nature of a woman, right? I don't know whether it is tough to acknowledge, but I would say that it is lack of awareness about the symptoms which is causing the problem. See, menopause is there. We are at the peak of our career, we are at the peak of our family life and everything. And suddenly, like a bolt out of the blue, the symptoms strike. I can tell from my own example that being a gynecologist, everybody expects me to know everything about menopause. But when I passed through this phase, I was clueless. Of course, that was 20 years back when not much was talked about menopause to this scale, and we were not taught much in the medical school either. And it is not taught today also. So, uh, but what I want to stress to all the women is when we say ignorance is bliss, that doesn't hold true for menopause. There are two things which we need to understand. One is awareness about the symptoms, what is menopause, what it causes, inside out. Like, see, there are physical problems, there are emotional problems, there are psychological problems. We need to know everything about it. And second is to take charge about ourselves, our body, mind, and soul. So, by awareness, I would like to stress is knowing about the symptoms. You need to get yourself investigated. You need to go to a doctor to know everything because how we spend these 5 to 7 years is going to frame our next 25 to 30 years. So whatever efforts we are going to put in now, they have to be sustainable efforts. There can't be any shortcuts. Like if I have bloating or if I'm having weight gain, there's no shortcut. There's no temporary thing. It has to be a sustainable thing because the estrogen hormone which is gone is not going to come back. We have to live in this state for the next 25 to 30 years. We see so many cases of hypertension, hypothyroidism, diabetes mellitus, joint pains, arthritis, all in this age group. Yeah, so the psychological stress, what Dr. What Madhurji and they stressed, yeah, it is true. But then, if we don't take charge of ourselves by lifestyle management, by a holistic management, then this will stay with us and cripple us in the later age. So, I would not say that we should, I might like to say that we need to acknowledge it and take charge of it so that we are the masters. We no longer need to be sorry about menopause.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. Hitisha, we have addressed why does this toxicity build up? Because of emotional overload. It builds up. We've seen where all it is stored. How do you get rid of this once? Then how can women prevent toxicity from returning without feeling overwhelmed? What is preventive care about this?
Yeah, so till now we understood that yes, it comes unalarmed. As Levon said, you really get overwhelmed because you don't know what's happening. So one thing what I mentioned was being aware of what's happening with your body by understanding the symptoms and getting yourself investigated thoroughly, taking advice from proper sources and not from uh, influencers. That I always stress, because these days there are lots of channels going on in the social media where people are freely share the knowledge. But please go to authentic people. And as Madhurji said, we have to inculcate lifestyle changes in the form of diet, exercise, and our mental well being. I'm not going into any details, but they have to be sustainable efforts. I only want to talk about the mental fitness, what I underwent, how I transformed myself, because I was also having a very bad phase. I could not decipher what's going on. There was terrible brain fog. I used to get lost on the road. I lost around 7 to 8 kgs of weight, and I had a very bad palpitation and all those things. Of course, the investigations used to be normal. So, anxiety obviously builds up. But what I have found over all these years is, if you are inherently a bit anxious or phobic or say scary, which of course I've seen in many women, for no reason they get super worked up. In those cases, anxiety was more than in normal women. That is one thing. And how to get rid of it? We already saw that emotion sits in our body at different places. And in our scriptures, we call it Chitta Sanskar. Or we can say the programs of the subconscious mind, which the modern science says. So, how I work is through hypnotherapy, where we induce trance and give suggestions, and we help the brain to reconstruct the pathway to how we react to the event, to the situation, to the person, to our symptoms. And in that way, our brain undergoes a neuroplasticity. Our brain has a tremendous capacity to transform. Of course, we have to take medical treatment, we have to take whatever is required, but after that, for a sustainable effort to get rid of anxiety, of the phobias, anger, all the aches and pains, the chronic diseases which might have crept in, we need to get rid of these piled on emotions. And I have seen very good results with hypnotherapy, where we induce trance. We give suggestions depending on the problems of the patients, what they say, the major issues that they are facing. And by practicing this, we can transform the way we react to it. So this is what I always, this is what I advocate. And by developing such a pathway, our reactivity to the symptoms decrease. Like as Levon said, if we get a hot flush in the middle of the night, we might feel that we are having a heart attack. If we are not aware that this is heart flush, or if it occurred first time itself. So one thing is, as she mentioned, writing down, and another thing, getting it sorted, and then decrease our reactivity to it through hypnotherapeutic practices. So this is my take on sustainable efforts.